A very good evening. Let's see who's there. And there are a few people, which is great. Wonderful to see you. Wonderful to have you here. I still have this funny background, which looks very, very kind of makeshift, but I hope it's not too distracting. It's so lovely to see you, to have you here, to be here on this Tuesday evening on the first day this year where it didn't rain in London or something like that. It's at least much better than it used to be, and this is a reason to celebrate. Just a few technical things. I was kind of pondering a bit how to do this YouTube show in a format to reach enough people to make it work for everybody, but also to make it work for me. And at present, with the new book project I'm working on, there is so much going on that I have decided for the time being to do the YouTube show only every other week. So that would mean that I'm not on live next week, but then again the following week. And in April, there are a few changes as well, because I'm running this retreat in Santorini in Greece, and then I'll be away in Glastonbury for the live Reiki master course. So there'll be a few changes, and I need to see how to put this in. But I do really feel this is good, and it's important to connect, to have this show regularly, to be able to connect with all of you from all over the world, which is just so nice. And oh, thank you. Thank you for commenting on the Reiki 2 course that was running over the weekend, which was a really nice course. I just love Reiki 2. I love this incredible breakthrough when people practice sending a Reiki treatment over a distance for the very first time. And what we do in the courses is we place half of the group in one room. So first people pair up, and then one part of this pair is in one room, lying on a treatment couch and receiving a Reiki treatment, and their respective partners, all of them go into the room next door. Then we close the door, and then everybody is sending a treatment over to the person in the other room. And this is just extraordinary to then open the door and everybody's very careful, wondering if that really worked, if they could feel something. Most people are already reasonable, because when they send Reiki, they already feel different things in different hand positions, and they know that something is going on. But it's so unbelievably reassuring to do this, and it is so liberating. So many people have friends and family in other places, anywhere all over the world. Especially London is such a melting pot, and there are so many people who have family in other countries quite far away, and it's just wonderful to be able to send a distant treatment over. But it may be your partner at work and you are at home, and then you send something is not quite right, or your partner phones and asks and tells you that whatever, they have got a headache, they have a very stressful situation, they are just about to go into a meeting and they're very worried, and you can just send them Reiki straight away, and it's just absolutely wonderful. Of course, we can also from work sending Reiki home, or we can send Reiki from work to work. We can just use it in so many ways and so many situations. And well, I feel it can really, what's the word? It just can support us in so many different ways by having this incredible tool of bridging time and space and connecting with people wherever they are. But of course, today's subject is the idea of a personal Reiki practice or a personal Reiki routine. And I don't really like the word routine. Routine sounds very much like we are getting into some kind of routine, and it gets a bit boring after a while, and we pretty much do the same, and we don't really pay that much attention anymore. A relationship is just becoming routine, this kind of take, or we have to do the same again and again and again. So this is what I find, well, I personally very much connect with routine. And this is, of course, not what is meant in Reiki. A routine is some regularity, but within the routine, there's always something new, because we are always in new places, going through new phases in our lives, and Reiki supports us with this. But I really feel it is important to have some kind of routine with Reiki in your life. And not only just for yourself, but also for people around you. I love when people make Reiki part of their bedtime routine. Well, for their children. We're getting to the personal routines in a moment. So I know that there are quite a few people who give Reiki every night before their kids go to sleep, for 5 minutes, for a few minutes, just a little, well, a bedtime story, or just a few moments together, some Reiki, a good night kiss, and then the children will sleep so much better. And it is this beautiful feeling of wrapping up the day, and then you've got some time for yourself as well. Many people do a bedtime routine for themselves with Reiki as well. And I find that really interesting. I am often so tired that I don't really get there anymore. So my personal Reiki routine is very much morning based, or at least it starts in the morning. But it is wonderful to just connect to Reiki before you go to sleep, to just give yourself a few moments of Reiki before you go to sleep. Personally, I start every day with Reiki. As soon as I wake up, I either set the alarm for half an hour later, or normally I do set the alarm for 2 times already when I set it in the evening. So when I wake up, I know the alarm is ringing again in half an hour. So now I've got this half an hour for myself. And I start every single day with Reiki. And it's so interesting. I developed this habit straight after I learned Reiki, straight after my very first Reiki 1 course. And so every morning I just connect to Reiki, and I start placing my hands in different positions. I start with the head and just place my hands on the back of the head and the top of the head, my crown chakra. And even now when I do that, it is so beautifully reassuring. The connection is there, and I relax. I sometimes get some ideas in my mind. It's just a beautiful start into the day. Then I move to my eyes. Then I move to my ears. Then I move to my throat. Just exactly the positions that I have learned, and I love them so much that I'm teaching them in every single Reiki 1 course again. So 4 positions around the head, and then the level of the heart, and the solar plexus, and the navel chakra, and eventually the root chakra, just somewhere, wherever I can get towards them, because I do that when I am still lying in bed. I do that before I actually get up. And then I start into the day. And for me, this is a beautiful Reiki routine. But there are so many more ways we can use Reiki. Another kind of little Reiki routine is when I lock the door, when I leave my home, I lock the door and I just give it Reiki. I normally use the power symbol, just use the power symbol, and I set my intention that everything is okay, that the place is safe, and that I can now go out and do whatever I need to do. Sometimes I get this strange feeling in my hand. It just does not feel right when I lock the door and then give it Reiki. So of course I open the door again, and so often I feel I've left the light on, or I've forgotten something, and I just feel better just double checking everything. So this is what I do as well. I also use Reiki as soon as I get into a car, when I drive myself, and especially when I'm getting into a taxi, into an Uber, I always give it Reiki. I don't really do that with buses. I feel quite comfortable with buses, but when I get on a plane, the first thing is I give it Reiki. For safety, I give it Reiki through turbulences. So this is my routine as well, that I always give Reiki to these moving objects, moving vehicles I'm in. I do have another routine that I do at several times throughout the day. I just remind myself of Reiki and of being Reiki, of Reiki being there, of my connection to Reiki. And I just feel that Reiki helps for all the different aspects I'm dealing with in my life. The physical strength and the energy, being grounded, being the present moment, which Reiki can really help us to be in. And then opening our third eye, getting more creative and more focused on what we are doing. And then opening the heart and really staying in this beautiful energy of the heart and being in this love. And then opening my crown chakra and really feeling the connection to higher realms in the universe. I do that, once or twice at least a day, sometimes more often. I just did that before I started this broadcast. And what I do is, and you may want to just try that out. I've shown that before, but always kind of slightly different ways. So let's try that again. Just connect to Reiki and feel the connection. And then just let Reiki help you to feel grounded, to feel your feet on the floor, to bring Reiki into your body, and just feel Reiki working on your physical health, your physical strength. And just for a moment, really be in your body, being completely present and mindful in your body. And then let Reiki help you to open your third eye and bring in more ideas, creativity, focus on whatever you need to do, and seeing and sensing that there is so much more in life than just our three-dimensional experience that we so often focus on. And then let Reiki help us to open the heart and really feel the opening and feel the love that we hold inside. And finally, bring your awareness to your crown chakra and let Reiki help open the crown chakra. And it's so interesting. When I do that, I really feel, oops, something is happening, something is opening there. And just feel your connection to the universe. When we do this, we are really stepping into the tradition that started with Mikao Usui's first connection to Reiki. He described it as a pressure on his head. So he was really describing his crown chakra opening, and he felt the connection to not just higher, but the highest levels in the universe. And this is the level that he called Reiki, the creative force, the level between the creation and the creator, connecting right to the source of the universe and bringing this energy in. And when we do this, and this is a beautiful routine, just bringing Reiki into your body and being really present, bringing Reiki into your third eye, opening your third eye and seeing and sensing more, bringing Reiki into your heart and opening your heart and feeling the love, and open your crown chakra and feeling your connection to the universe. This is my go-to routine that I do with Reiki. I start every day with the self-treatment, and then I do this several times during the day. And there is another way of bringing in a routine. And this is something that really just came to me, which is very interesting. Bringing a Reiki routine into your family life, into your relationship, if you have a relationship, into your friendships. Giving Reiki regularly to your partner. Giving Reiki and receiving Reiki regularly from your partner, if your partner is also doing Reiki. And it may just be, shall I give you 5 minutes of Reiki? And if you give your partner, your best friend, your colleague who is struggling at the moment, 5 minutes of Reiki every single day, for a week or for longer. You may want to have different people you connect to and you do this with, but wouldn't that be wonderful to have this routine to just give just a short Reiki booster to somebody every day? I think that would be an absolutely wonderful Reiki routine. And of course, what Mikao Usui suggested as a Reiki routine is something very different. Well, not very different, it's very connected with Reiki, but not using our healing hands or just using our healing hands, but the Reiki principles. He asked his students to create a routine every morning and every evening to sit in Gasho. So to just bring the hands together in front of your heart chakra, to close the eyes and to just repeat, just for today, do not be angry. Do not worry. Be grateful. Work with diligence and be kind to others. And he said, this is really the way to raise our vibrations. It's not meant to tell us off. But when we say, do not be angry and do not worry, it helps us to realize, are we angry about something? Are we worried about something? What can we do to let go of this connection to very low vibrational levels, purely three-dimensional, and then stepping up, raising our vibrations by gratitude and by looking actively for what we can be grateful for. Then going the next step of realizing we can do things. We can change things. We can be diligent. We can work diligently. We can just do whatever is placed in our way because we have the help. So we are really stepping into our power and we are realizing that we are connected to the help of the universe. It's always there. And ultimately, being kind to others, the realization that we are all connected. And this level of love, this interconnectedness is this very, very high vibrational level that we are stepping into when we practice Reiki on others, when we are stepping into this level of the awareness and indeed the consciousness that goes through everything. So these are just a few ideas to create a routine, and I do hope that you find that helpful. Everybody is different, and everybody needs different routines. Actually, let's wrap this up with a little exercise. Let's just ask Reiki. I just love that. Let's just ask Reiki. Let's just bring the hands together and connect to Reiki. And then just ask Reiki, how could a Reiki routine look for me? What shall I bring into my own Reiki routine? And then just move up to your third eye and see what comes into your mind. And then take a moment to bring your hands down and just place your hands on your heart for a moment and let this resonate in your heart, in your whole being, so that you can implement this suggestion into your daily Reiki routine. And then let's just bring the hands together once more, take a moment to thank Reiki, and come back into the here and now. That was interesting. Wow, that was really interesting. And I'm very happy to share what I just got. I just got that once or twice a day, I should just sit down and give myself Reiki for a few minutes as a meditation and mindfulness exercise of what I'm doing. And this is pretty cool. I am going to do that in the future, especially with this project I'm working on. Talk about that more over the next few months. It's about the idea of karma and how subconsciously, I would go as far to say the whole world has misunderstood karma. And this has led to the state of the world. But we can really escape this, and we can open up to levels where karma doesn't exist. So this is kind of the basic idea I'm working on, how to kind of work this on the different chapters, how it influenced so many aspects of our lives, of history, and how we can overcome being stuck in this feeling of karma, this self-imposed prison that karma can often be for us. But yes, so I will be talking more about that in the future, and I'm so pleased to share this with you. I'm just looking at the comments here, and there is something about more Reiki throughout the home. For pets, for plants, and for clearing the space. This is interesting, very interesting idea to give Reiki to your space regularly, just to clear the energy and create an even more beautiful and clear, energetically clear and safe space around us. I think that's a very, very interesting idea. So thank you for sharing. Just a little reminder as well, of course, these Reiki shows are very much designed also to ask questions. So if you've got a question, either put it in the chat bar or just send me an email beforehand. Just reply to any of the emails you get as a reminder for the YouTube show. And then I will make sure to cover this in the show, or maybe even make that a separate topic in a future show. And of course, one very, very important aspect of the YouTube shows is to share Reiki, to give each other Reiki, to receive Reiki from everybody, and to just relax, recharge for a few moments, let go, and let Reiki do the work. So I would like to invite you to connect to Reiki. When you feel the connection, set your intention to connect with everybody who is present now and who will join in a replay. They are also part of this Reiki share already. You can use the connection symbol to connect even more deeply with everybody. And then just connect to everybody. And just let the energy flow. And whilst you may sense a sensation in your hands, Reiki flowing from your hands, being shared with everybody on this Reiki share, just become aware that you're also receiving Reiki from everybody. So that we are creating this beautiful circle, in fact, this beautiful web of healing energy. Just let go, just relax. And if you've just joined us, you can just connect to Reiki as well and join everybody on this Reiki share to feel the energy, to share the energy. And then you can bring your hands in Gasho once more, take a moment to thank Reiki, and come back into the here and now. And yes, thank you so much for joining. Let's just see. There is a question, how to reach me. So, oops. That is my email address, torsten@reikiacademylondon.com. If you have any questions, please do email me on this email address. And let me just see. If you can't give Reiki to yourself every day, can you still give Reiki to others? Absolutely. Nothing is Reiki doesn't require anything. We can give Reiki as much as you want to other people. And if you don't have the time for a routine every day for yourself, it's absolutely okay. You are, you can give amazing Reiki treatments to other people. I would still suggest to try to give Reiki to yourself as regularly as possible. I do feel it's is really, really helpful, really important. And there is one lady, Monique, who is saying she is doing a Reiki shower at the end of the day. And if you haven't heard of a Reiki shower, this is not a traditional Reiki treatment. Some creative Reiki master at some stage came up with the idea, but it's a beautiful idea just to cleanse your energy field. So you can just connect to Reiki, and maybe this is how we can conclude the broadcast today. So just connect to Reiki and then just hold your hands above, over your head, and kind of forming like a shower head, and set your intention that Reiki may stream through your energy field on all sides, so that your energy field, your aura, is being cleansed from any negativity, anything that you may have picked up, any stress, any tension from the day. Just let it flow through your aura for a moment, and then you can just brush down on your side, on your front, on your sides, and on your back, really cleansing your energy field. So thank you so much. Thank you for commenting on the amazing energy tonight. I feel it was a really, really lovely evening. So I'm very, very pleased that you are joining, and everybody who is watching in the replay. There are so many people who do that. So I look forward to connecting energetically with you as well. And the next Reiki YouTube show, let me just check on here today is the 24th. So that will be March 10th. So I will see you in 2 weeks. And until then, have a wonderful rest of the week, wonderful next week, and see you then. Thank you so much for joining. And of course, again, I just need to find the right button. Goodbye.